A few years ago, I was doing everything right, or at least I thought so. Extreme dieting, sometimes 2 workouts a day, and my body just was falling apart. And if that sounds familiar, stick around because this is the full story of how I fixed it and what it actually took. I'm Audrey. I'm a certified personal trainer, nutrition specialist, and menopause health coach. But long before any certification, I was just a woman trying to force her body into shape through sheer discipline. It didn't work. But here's what did. For years, my approach to my body was simple: eat less, move more, push harder, restrictive dieting, sometimes 2 workouts a day. I thought if I just tried hard enough, my body would respond. Instead, the opposite happened. I got more depleted, not stronger. I was doing more and getting less. And I didn't understand why, because everything I'd been taught said this should work. It took nearly 2 years to fully turn this around. Not 2 years of the same extreme approach, 2 years of actually completely relearning how to fuel and train my body. I stopped treating food as the enemy and started actually fueling myself consistently, allowing myself to eat. I shifted from constant cardio to real strength training. And slowly my body started responding the way I had always wanted it to, not because I was punishing it harder, but because I'd finally stopped. So that process taught me something I now build my entire coaching method around. Your body isn't broken. It's often just underfueled and overstressed. And no amount of willpower fixes that. Only the right approach does. But while I was working through the metabolism piece, a second issue was building underneath it, my gut. I started having gut symptoms that no one could explain. I went to a GI doctor, fully expecting answers. But at that first appointment, my GI doctor even floated the idea of surgery as a future possibility, not something I needed right then, but something that was a very real possibility based on my labs. But what he actually told me to do in the meantime was just stay on medication that masked my symptoms and would make things worse. Medication that wouldn't tell me anything about what was actually causing them. So I wasn't satisfied with that. I suspected SIBO, which is a small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, and I asked to be tested for it directly. My doctor agreed that that was likely, but wouldn't run the test. So I paid for it myself, went and found it, paid for it out of pocket. That result came back extremely high positive. Only then did I get treated for what was actually going on. That moment changed how I see healthcare now and how I see my own body. Nobody was going to advocate for me harder than I could advocate for myself. And looking back now, almost 2 years out from where this all started, I can honestly say I didn't get what I thought what I wanted back then, but I got what I actually needed: a body that works with me instead of against me, a method I trust because I lived every part of building it. That's the whole reason Fit Simplified exists, not because I read about this in a textbook, but because I fought through it myself. The other metabolism piece, the gut piece, all of it. Now I help other women skip years of confusion and get straight to what actually works. So, to recap, your body isn't broken from age or lack of discipline. Chronic restriction and over-exercising can break down your metabolism, but it can be rebuilt. And when something feels wrong in your body, you're allowed to push for real answers, even when the first doctor doesn't have them. If any part of this felt like your story too, comment the word coaching below and I'll reach out to you personally.